What is up, Wrestle Talk fam? Let's get into today's video. And today's video is, what is my favorite match from each year from 2020 to 2025? Let's begin with 2020. My pick for the best match of 2020 is Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in an I Quit match at Hell in a Cell. The reason I picked this match is it was just pure brutality, showing the wreck everyone and leave style that we saw from Roman Reigns in the Gold Glove era. The Gold Glove era was the best of Roman Reigns during his 1,316 days, his most dominant, his most strong. I honestly just think this was a good way to set up the bloodline, having Jimmy coming out there, almost seeing the emotion from Roman. It felt so real, this emotion. It didn't feel performed. It didn't feel staged. This felt real, the tears coming out of Roman. And I think they did such a good job at setting up how family even mattered to Roman, even in his heel, wreck everyone and leave era. I picked this over a lot of good matches. You had Dominik Dijakovic versus Keith Lee, Rhea versus Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky at a NXT in Your House was phenomenal. I even thought the Firefly Funhouse match and the Graveyard match at WrestleMania 36 were also fun matches, but that one definitely took the cake for me. Just the emotion, the build that went into the match, and the outcome. We ended up having one of the greatest factions of all time made from it. So I got Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso at Hell in a Cell 2020. All right, so we got 2021 now. Don't get mad at me because it's another Roman Reigns match, but it was just another way to show the aura and dominance this guy had. WrestleMania 37 main event of night 2, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan versus Edge. The iconic double stack pin to retain the title. I mean, you were fighting against two of the best guys in the business at that point. Edge was so hot. He had some great matches. I think Edge versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam that year before versus Randy Orton at Backlash. Like, he had put on matches. He then had a match with Roman later on that year. Money in the Bank, beside the point. He was one of the hottest guys in the business. Daniel Bryan was starting to get built to the top guy in the business once again. He had a good match with Roman, I believe, on a SmackDown as well. But it was an awesome way to highlight all these wrestlers in the main event. Another one where, just made Roman, the wreck everyone and leave Roman, look so damn strong. He just continued to be a beast. Let's get into 2022. So my favorite match of 2022 wasn't an easy one because you had bangers. You had Gunther versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental title at Clash at the Castle. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch, WrestleMania 39. And then you just had iconic ones like Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens. You had Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. The Royal Rumble was great, but my favorite is Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell. Cody Rhodes came out with a torn pectoral muscle, which was the most badass thing I've ever seen in my life. Guy that goes on, end up winning the match with the mind games from Seth. Seth wearing the polka dotted outfit just like Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes' father. It was bloody. Seth just targeted him with a kendo stick the entire match, but Cody has done what he's done since returning to WWE and prevailed through these matches, showing this guy is truly a face in this business. Let's get into 2023 now. 2023, what an amazing year of wrestling. You had Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania 39 main event. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, one of the greatest women's matches of all time. If you haven't watched that, please go back and watch that. But to me, the best match was another match that was on the WrestleMania 39 card, and that is Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Three big old brutes. And Sheamus, banger after banger after banger. Of course, he always puts them on, hoping that Sheamus versus Rusev does a great job in the good old Donnybrook match this weekend. But that's off topic. Let's get back onto this. This match was just four big, meaty guys going at it, and that is just quality wrestling. That's as good as it gets. You know, you can give me all the high-flying ricochets, the Logan Pauls. Like, it's just those three going at it. That's peak wrestling to me. They know what they're doing in the ring. They work so well with each other, and honestly, I would watch it 100 times in a row and couldn't get bored of it because there are so many incredible spots. Make sure you go check that one out. Let's get into 2024. The easiest choice in the whole video. I'll take that back because CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood is so good. And any other year, it's the number one match. But WrestleMania 40 main event Sunday, I was there. And I'm not even going to call it bias. That is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Tell me that the in-ring wasn't great or it was just off the shenanigans, but I don't care. We had a Shield tease. John Cena and The Rock in the ring at the exact same time. Undertaker chokeslamming The Rock. It was just the greatest thing I've ever seen. Jey Uso spearing Jimmy, and this is besides the good show that Roman and Cody put on. Jey Uso spears Jimmy off the ramp. Seth comes in limping, Roman hitting him with the chair, finally. I'm a big Roman guy, so I don't like that Seth turned on him back in the day. But besides all of it, I think this is one of the greatest wrestling matches ever, if not the greatest wrestling match ever. That could be biased, but I enjoyed it so much, and I know all the people who might hate and say it's just the shenanigans. You enjoyed it too. You were popping when Undertaker came back. Let's get into 2025. Well, 2025 is not over yet. What is my favorite match of the year so far? Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky was so good, and I hate to not put it one. But if you haven't, or if you have, you can acknowledge how incredible the tag TLC match was at SummerSlam. I mean, look, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam was up there. Like, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, Elimination Chamber, triple threat main event Saturday at WrestleMania Night 1. Like, there's so many good matches this year. I hate that people are hating on this year so much. But even to your lower tier main event type matches, Randy Orton versus John Cena at Backlash, there's so many good matches this year. Men's Money in the Bank, I enjoyed this year. Men's Royal Rumble, I enjoyed this year. The Men's Elimination Chamber was phenomenal this year. And I think there's so much good wrestling that came out of this year. Even though, look, we have all these promotions. Wrestling's becoming expensive. I have to go look at it with the perspective that I'm looking at matches. And I've enjoyed this year so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video, a little different than my usual review or predictions. I'm trying to mix it up, get some more fun content out there for you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the new quality, the new videos, and thank you guys for 80 plus subscribers. I really appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Wrestle Talk fam, out. Peace.